Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard Products 425E. This is a mill finish, aluminum, just an aluminum mill saddle type threshold is what this is. Very nice, very common threshold. This is a great go-to threshold because of its dimensional properties and kind of what you can get it to do as well. Here's what I mean. First of all, dimensional properties, 5-inch. Okay, the overall height is going to be 1/2 inch. And by the way, this is just a 6-inch sample piece for purposes of this video. Now, 5-inch is very compatible with aluminum storefront jam depths that are about 5-inch, hollow metal frames that are about 5 3/4. You know, things in that range. Of course, the 425 is available. Well, the 425 infers its size. So the 5 means 5-inch wide. 424, 4-inch wide. 6, 7-inch, 8-inch, 9-inch. And when you get to the, so that'd be a 429. When you want to go to 10-inch, make it a 430. So from 4-inch to 10-inch, you can do a saddle threshold from National Guard 1/2 inch tall. 0.109 wall thickness, and that is certainly generous in terms of its wall thickness. They mention that there because it could be thinner, and you would notice that there are, if you compared apples to apples, you would find thinner wall thresholds. Compatible, like I said, with many standard installations. 1/2 inch is very common and it's ADA compliant. Okay, so keep that in mind. It used to be just 1/4 inch and now 1/2 inch is compatible. Now, the typical undercut that you're going to see on a hollow metal door, 3/4 inch. So this is perfect. Aluminum storefront doors, they're going to be commiserate. Sometimes a 1/4 inch is a more appropriate threshold in those instances, but 1/2 inch, there you go. The other thing that I love about this is you can see the profile, the detail of the profile here and here. If you were to make the part number 425E-V, you'll get an option. When you look at the link below this video to the document called Product Brochure, lower right-hand corner, vinyl foot seal, V stands for vinyl foot seal. They're going to insert some vinyl in each of these races so that when you set this down, you are just really doing a great job to help keep the water out. Caulking certainly works. Vinyl foot seal is cleaner, faster, hardly more expensive. Certainly less expensive than it is paying someone for the time and material to caulk thresholds in my opinion. So that's one thing that I like about this. This is going to be available in the DKB Finish as well, which is dark bronze. That's a dark bronze anodized. You can get these in bead blasted, which is just like it sounds, sandblasting this for a texture. You can get a slip resistance coating, an SIA, applied to this as well. So if you've got, and even though the grooves really are significant in terms of helping prevent slipping, you can take it a step further. Bead blasting, you can polish this as well, in addition to the dark bronze. And then of course that SIA, that slip resistant finish or surface that they can put on top of this material. Now, the description below this video shows all of the important details of the item. Saddle type threshold, if you use your imagination, it looks like a saddle. Mill finish aluminum, 5 by 1/2. Now the lengths, it's in the site in probably from 2 foot to 8 foot in length. Doesn't mean that that's what you need any of those sizes. If you have need for a custom length, by all means, let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces, and simply indicate in the comment field what net length you'd like for us to cut the material back to. Now, the reasoning is this. If this was the genuine article, let's say if it was a 4-foot threshold, you'd have a countersink about here from the edge. If you had to take that 4-foot threshold and cut it down to say 42 inch, you'd certainly eliminate that first countersink. And speaking of countersinks, you will get screws. They'll be about a number 10 by 1.5 inch flathead wood screw. Phillips drive is what you're going to get. So if you had to cut the threshold down, you'd be stuck cutting it. Not a big deal because it's aluminum, but you may not be equipped to do it. You may not have the desire to do it, whatever the case is. And then you're going to have to re-drill another hole. And what really gets people sometimes is creating that countersink for a number 10 screw. You want the countersink there regardless of how it gets there, because that flathead screw is going to fit into that countersunk area. The threshold, of course, gets a lot of lateral force all the time, back and forth. That does nothing other than weaken the screw. I've seen countless threshold installations where someone has just drilled a hole and run the flathead screw into it. That is a guaranteed fail, because generally that person has used a plastic anchor to install it, and there's really nothing out of hand wrong with a plastic anchor. But if it was me, I would be doing it a more secure way. I might be using machine screws and lead expansion anchors, and I would certainly be countersinking it. Thresholds take a huge amount of abuse, and they're expected to do quite a bit, and quite frankly, they're relatively thin when you consider all the foot-pounds of traffic that any threshold is going to get. So do the best job you can at securing it, and it starts with a countersink at the proper distance from the edge, proper centers as well. So if you ordered a custom length, we'll give you that from the edge and then the proper center as well. As you might be able to tell, hopefully, I'm partial to National Guard. And it's not only because I like their products and I've installed them, but it's because they have a comprehensive offering of commercial weather stripping, whether it's thresholds, perimeter gasketing, door sweeps, material made of aluminum like this, stainless steel, architectural bronze. They have exceptional customer service, exceptional. They have industry-leading ship times, industry-leading, there's no doubt. The link below this video to the manufacturer's page will allow you to pull up their full-line catalog. And if you have more than an occasional use or need for weather stripping, you might already know their name, and if you don't, familiarize yourself with it. You'll see how comprehensive their offerings are. Generally, if you're looking for a solution and you're not quite sure if something will work, get into the catalog. Then you're going to be able to see other good ideas. If there are any questions on the National Guard 425E, saddle type threshold, or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.